Hi, this is Madam Pamita, and I hope you enjoy this clip from my live magic Q&A. If you'd like to see the full recording of the live magic Q&A, you can do so. All you have to do is be a part of my coven. And to do that, all you have to do is click the link below or go to patreon.com/Madam Pamita. I hope you become a part of my coven and enjoy this clip. Okay, so Cynthia says, I've done so much abundance, prosperity, and open road spell over the past year, and more specifically within the past month. But I'm realizing I'm losing more money recently. How can I rectify this? Well, they may not be associated. So your road opening spell may not be associated with the money leaking out. So don't conflate the two. They may not be related. So don't, sometimes we see do a spell. So this is a thing that I think I get asked a lot. What about a backlash from a spell, backfiring spell? What if a spell backfires? There's no such thing as a backfiring spell. This is something that is a thing that is created for movies and television. I do the spell, but then the opposite happens because it creates drama. And if you have a movie or television show, you want drama in that show, right? So they create these things. Here's what happens when you do a spell. If you do a spell and you screw it up, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to be any different than you were before you did the spell, except that you spent the time, money, and energy doing a spell. That's the only difference. But if you do a spell and it falls flat, nothing will happen, right? So if I do a love spell and I screw it up in some way, nothing will happen, right? I won't go into a vortex of no love. Same thing for money. If I do a prosperity spell and something goes wonky or sideways in some way, I'll still be at the same place that I was before. I won't gain, but I won't lose either. I think this is a misconception that people have got, just like they got a misconception that I point a wand at something and say some Latin words and then something will happen. That's not how magic works. In the movies, yes, because they need visuals and drama and all of that. All right. They're not going to do a magic, they're not going to do a movie about witches and wizards where they do a spell and then they see the result 5 years later. It's very boring to watch someone for 5 years. So that's not going to happen. All right. So if you are doing abundance and prosperity and you're having some kind of, let's say, loss or leaking or holes, then what you need to do is you need to work with the color brown in your candle spells. That's solidifying, grounding something. And I would say if you work with a brown pyramid, it's building something long lasting and strong. And those four sides and the point is like the perfect thing. So this is a way to like, and the intention needs to be, I hang on to what I have and I build more. So we don't want to just hang on to what we have because that you're doing abundance spells. I hang on to what I have and I do more. The other thing I would recommend for you is to get a prosperity altar going where you're doing ongoing work for prosperity. Now, in that ongoing work, you also have to bless the money that comes into you, even if it's just a little bit of money. You bless the money that comes in to you. You also bless the money that's going out, because if you're paying for a bill, you have something to be grateful for: the electricity, the roof over your head, the food on your table. All right. Bless those bills that are going out, because the bills that are going out gave you something. And I said, even I've said this many times, you might have heard it before, but even something like a parking ticket. Okay, how can you bless a parking ticket? It's just money going out. I look at my parking ticket. My kid just got a parking ticket that I'm going to pay. And I say, oh, well, this money, I want this money to go to the things that I use and appreciate in my town, the libraries and the parks. I want pretty parks. I want lovely libraries. So I'm happy to spend that money because I'm receiving something for it. So you look at when your money goes out, look at what you're receiving, your money coming in, look at your money coming in and be grateful. Be grateful on both ends, and that will open up your pipeline so that more can flow to you. It 100% works. It 100% works. So that attitude that I'm leaking, and if it's true loss, like you lost something, like you dropped a $20 bill, that's a loss. But even that you could bless, because you're like, I hope somebody that really needed it found it. And so that's my donation to the universe, to some wonderful person who needs that money right now. you know? So it's finding gratitude on both ends, not just appreciating the money coming in and cursing the money going out. That's like closing your pipe at the outflow end. And what happens when that happens? Back up. We have a terrible problem when our pipes back up. We don't want that. We want to open coming in and we want to open going out. And the way to do that is to be grateful at both ends.